So we'll work on Power BI today. So last session we couldn't do it. What I will do is all of you open that World Economic Data Indicators. World Economic Indicators CSV file. So I checked with my friend. He said for doing those changes, we need to do DAX coding. So I don't want to complicate it. He suggested sort the data in Excel and put it up. Because DAX coding is again, the backend programming is DAX. So DAX is again a problem. So why to confuse? You just choose the country and copy the data into Excel. That's what he suggested. So let us say India. Okay. I will select India, all the variables of India. Okay. So select all the variables of India. Control C. Now create an Excel sheet. New Excel sheet. Microsoft Excel sheet. We'll name it as India Eco Indicators. Or any name you want to give. Go to the B1 column, home, paste special, transpose. Home, paste special, transpose. So we got all the headers in columns. Now go back to the data. Now copy the complete data. Right? Don't copy the years. Control Shift side arrow, down arrow, Control Shift side arrow, and then hold Shift and reduce one column because 2019 data is not there. Control C. Go to the Excel sheet. Select the first cell in trade, home, paste special, transpose. Now we got the data here, right? Transposing the data. First, copy the variable names and transpose and paste it in Excel sheet. Similarly, copy the data and paste it in Excel sheet. Then you manually add year column, years. So 1990, 1991, and then select two variables, green dot, black plus sign, drag it till 2019. So this is the best way of getting our data of all the economic variables. Okay. Save the sheet. I am anyway uploading the sheet for you. You can take it from there. But this is the process. You understood the process, right? India economic indicators, all the indicators I have pasted into an Excel sheet. I am uploading the file so that people who are not comfortable with Excel can take it. Upload files, desktop, India economic data indicators, all, XLX. So all of you understood the process, right? How to copy and paste the data into a new Excel sheet. Transpose. Got it right, all of you? Can
Yes,
participants please confirm?
Yes,
yeah. Now we will import the data. Get data, Excel. Because our data format is Excel. Get data, Excel, click open. Now it is asking, you want to import from which sheet? Our data is in sheet 1, tick mark. Now because it's a very large data, it is just showing you first two rows. I don't have any problem with that. Click on load data. Now you can see in the fields category, all the variables are here. In the fields category, you have all the variables. Lot of variables are there in this one. In the fields category, you can see the variables. All of you have entered the data. Can you please confirm?
So 1 second, sir.
Yes, please. Now, if you want to see the data, there is a table here. Left side below report, you can see the data table. Click on the data table. You should see the data here. All the data is available in the data table. Yeah, can I continue?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So first, let us create a data table. If you see in your visualizations, bottom second one, from bottom second row, you see table. Click on table. Always first create a data table, right? Click on the table. Now you can see here add data fields here, right? Now search for years because there are too many variables in the field search for years. Drag it and put it in values. And then it is summing up. Simply say, don't summarize. So what it has done is initially when you drag the years, sorry, you might not have followed. 1 second. So first click on the table icon. It will start a table here. Click on the table here. Now you see add data fields here below values. Okay. Now you can see the filters also active once you did it. There are a lot of variables. So search year. You will get the years variable. Now drag the years variable into the visualization. Okay. Now it is giving you year 60,135, right? All of you? Years, it is saying 60,135. So don't get worried. Below values in years, click on the drill down and choose the option called don't summarize. Because it is summing up. By default, it will sum up the numbers. Because years are in numbers, so all you have to do is click on the drill down next to that years in values, click on don't summarize. When you say don't summarize, you will get all the years back. Now, all of you got the years? Participants, can you confirm? Now, if you see this is very small, you want to increase the font size, you can click on the format brush. Next to on values, you have the slicer fields. Next to it, you see a brush sort of a thing. Click on format. In search for size. So text size, and you can increase it. I am increasing it to 12. So shall we drag the visual down? I think we are not able to drag it down. So we'll go with 12 is also not covering. 11. 11 is good. So you can see all the years here. Right? All of you got this? Now, in the fields, search for inflation. Inflation, consumer. Prices, annual percentage. The next one is inflation, GDP deflator, annual percentage. If you want to see the full name, move your cursor onto the name. You can see the complete name. Okay. So we want the consumer prices annual percentage. Drag it to and put it in the visualization. Now you can see the visualization has all the years and inflation table. You have the years and inflation table. Okay, once you have created this table, now click on the visualization you want. I want to convert it into a clustered column chart. I'll click on clustered column chart. Automatically, it will convert into columns. I click on clustered column chart. I automatically got the data in columns, year wise. Okay. Now, once you have done the cluster column, if you want to see the growth pattern, a line chart will be a better option, right? Now, if you want it in a line chart, click on the chart, go to the line visualization, second row, first one, click on it. It will automatically change the visualization to line chart. So all of you got the inflation chart for the data, line chart.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, we don't want the inflation for all years because the data is starting from 1990. Suppose I want the data from 2000 onwards, this century, right? Now in filters, you will see years. Click on the down arrow, filter type, go to basic filtering. Click on the years in filters. It will show advanced filtering. Click on basic filtering. Now you can see the years. Now scroll down till 2000 and then start clicking the years. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Just click the years which we want. We are starting from 2000 to 2019. Now we have the data from 2000 to 2019. Right? So I have done the data for 2000 to 2019. This is my graph of inflation from 2000 to 2019. Okay, all of you got the inflation graph?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you want any other variable, you can add also GDP. So there are a lot of GDP values come down. It is highlighting in, let us say, GDP constant, no. GDP constant, no. GDP current, no. GDP growth, annual percentage. I'll drag it and put it here. See, it automatically adjusted from 2000 onwards. See, the data got automatically adjusted from 2000 onwards. Here's the beauty of this thing. So, and it's the header also automatically done. Inflation and GDP growth annual percent by years. So it automatically adjusted the inflation and GDP. Just drag and drop like how you do in Tableau. You're all familiar with Tableau, right?
Yes, sir. We are familiar with Tableau.
So this is how we created a graph. Right. Now I want to know what is the average inflation in the last 20 years. Now, one of the interesting here is core cards. You can see here card 1, 2, 3. So visualization 1, 2, 3, fourth row, fourth visualization. Fourth row and fourth visualization, you will see card. Click on card. Click on card. Then you'll get a card here. Right? Now we will drag GDP growth here. We will drag GDP growth annual here. All of you dragged, all of you found the card. But what it does, all of you got the card like this 186.96. Can participants please confirm?
Yes, sir.
Now, but we don't want sum, we want average. Click on the drill down next to GDP growth in fields and choose average. And choose average. In the below visualizations, you will see fields. In fields, you will see GDP growth annual percentage. Click on average. 6.27 is the average GDP growth years. Now we need to check whether this average years is for what you call all years or for specific years. So drag again. So I'll show you again. 1 second. No problem. I made a mistake. Okay. Now we got 6.27. Now I want to make sure does this is from 2000 onwards or is it from 6.1990 onwards. So what you do is click on filters. Next to visualization there is an arrow. Open the filters tab. Open the filters tab. Then filters on this visual already we have the average GDP. Okay, no problem. Now drag GDP again in the below. Add data fields here. Then click on advanced filtering, go to basic filtering and check the years. Now, how will I check the years? If I go to here in 2000, GDP was 3.84. In the year 2000, the GDP was 3.84. So I think we have to look for 3.84. So here we can see the data here. It's there 3.84. Tick mark from there all the values and it will automatically adjust the average also. Because we are looking at the recent time being, right? So click on this till 2019. This, yeah. Now we have the 6.67 as the average. We have the 6.67 as the average. Now this is your average of GDP growth annual percent. Now I want you guys to create a scorecard for inflation also, right? We need that for inflation also, right? So inflation, create a score for average inflation, try it. Done? Anybody is done? Participants, is anybody done? Now first add scorecard. Click on scorecard. You can move it next to the GDP thing. Now drag the inflation here. It takes summary. Click on the drill down, change it to average. Now 7.47. Now drag inflation again to data fields here. Change advanced filtering to basic filtering. And what was the lowest inflation in 2000? 4.01. So from 4.01, tick mark all the values. Then the adjustment of the average will automatically happen. See, 7.85 is our average consumer inflation, consumer prices in the last 2 years, 20 years. Okay, so we need the average. We got the average of inflation as the numbers, scorecards, and we got the graph. Now let us go and browse further. I want to know what was the improvement in gross national income, GNI. Okay, so GNI per capita, GNI growth, annual percentage. Okay, let us see how the gross national income has grown in the last years. So what I will do is I'll click on clustered column chart, bring it top next to this chart and drag it like this till the size fits. See, the red line will help you to do the chart marking also. Move it up. See, automatically it adjusted the red lines. Okay, GNI, first we need to drag years. Years, drag it to axis. Then GNI. GNI growth, drag it to values. Now you can see once you drag populate it, you got the column chart. Once you got the column chart, click on the line chart. We get it. Now filters. Go back to the line chart. Years, click on years. Advanced filtering to basic filtering. Now select all the years from 2000. 2001, 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Then 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and the last one is 19. And you hide the filter. So gross national income is like this. So GNI is going down, up and down. You can also check the gross national income is falling actually for the last some time. So you can do the visualization like here. Now, if you want, you can also see the query also. Modeling, no. Insert. Where is it? Dash programming thing should be there. Modeling. Column view. Mobile layout, help, format. We got the query editor last time. Did you guys remember where we saw the query editor? Power apps, text button, modeling, new parameter,
So it's in
language.
the fields itself.
It's in the fields itself, right?
Yes, on the top, if you could scroll to the top, you could see the sheet 1,
Okay.
and there are 3 dots there, and you can find edit query button now.
Good, yeah, thank you. So Power Query Editor, here we can see the advanced editor. See here, this is the programming it is writing in the backend. Lot of program it automatically generates. Now you can select years also here. If you look at the variable years, you can manually select the years also here. So where is the years thing? This long code, because we have added a lot of things. So sheet 1 kind is equal to sheet data years. Yeah. int64 dot type. So where did we select the filter of years? So it keeps on, there will be a place where you can do, instead of manually clicking, you can change it from the code also. But this is again coding, we are not interested in coding, but let's not, but just I'm showing you where you can see the code of whatever. Whenever you drag anything, it automatically creates a code. That you remember, okay? And see, we have done these steps, promoted headers, all are there, reduce, combine, any other thing here, manage parameters. Okay, so let's close this. Okay, so gross national income, we have following. Let us see GDP per capita. GDP per capita. Whether the GDP per capita is also GDP per capita constant, GDP per capita LCU, local currency units, GDP per capita US dollar, GDP per capita annual growth percentage. This I'll drag it into GNI. Okay. It is also following the same pattern, right? So then you can also create a visualization for population. Yeah, population, there is no thing. Huh? Is a population parameter there? It's not searching. Why? Changes in inventories, descriptions, foreign things, gross capital formation, gross savings, inflation, manufacturing, net personal value, primary income, receipts, short-term total debt. Total reserves. Then total reserves, gold, current, US dollar. Now let us look at our reserves, how our reserves are going. So let us say we will use, okay, new plotting, move it to here below this, and then drag it till this point. Okay, and then let us see total reserves. So we have to, I forgot to add years. Years in axis. See, our reserves have been increasing. Now, if you want to add a growth rate, I think this is the line and stacked column, line and clustered column. Okay. Line values. So line values should be same. Or shall we do year-on-year growth rate? Shall we calculate year-on-year growth rate?
Yes, sir.
So we will say new measure or new column. Should we use what? Insert, new page, new visual, more visuals, modeling, new column. Okay, column name is we will name the column name as reserves year-on-year percentage. Now, let us see how to calculate formula. Just check in internet how do we summarize summarization. It's showing as sum. We don't want average, so we want uncategorized. Postal code, barcode we don't want. It must be whole number. So how to calculate year-on-year growth? Just check if you can find the formula in internet, please. I'm also checking. This is the formula button. We have to insert the formula here. Or did you see total reserves include here? Can we click on this and see show value as percent of grand total? No. New quick measure. We can add. What happens if we say new quick measure? Select a calculation. Here, you don't need to have the formula here. Now, see here. Go to line values. Go to line values. Total reserves included. Click on this. New quick measure. New quick measure. We are using what? What is the column name? I forgot. What is the column name here? Total reserves. Total reserves, including gold and this thing. And then year-over-year change. Okay. Here is okay. How to close this? Acha, date we have to add. So let us add
Hello.
years. Yes, please.
Sir, actually, sorry for interrupting. I have
No.
a group discussion now, actually, for a job interview. Can I leave
No,
the
no
session?
problem. Leave, no issues.
Yes, sir. I was concerned about the attendance, actually. That will be.
Okay, no problem. No, I'll give no issues.
Yes, sir, sure. Thank you.
Then we drag down years and then put years in date. Yes, please.
Sir, even I do have a GD session.
Go, no problem.
Thank you, sir.
I'm not able to add years here. Why I'm not able to add years here? I think date format we have to change. Okay, date format we have to change. So we will not, date format has to be in that particular format, otherwise it will not take it. So let us see if you can add adjusted. quick measure. There is no okay. Okay, so new measure, we have to have the data in the format, otherwise it will not take. So we have this line plot with these reserves and this. Now what else we can add to this graph? Let us say what other values we have. Total debt, service, percentage of, okay. Now reserves, we are year on year, we have to delete it. Okay, so then what we can add, imports and exports we can add, right? Households, consumption expenditure, households, constant, gross fixed income, goods, imports, goods, exports. So we can also look at imports and exports. So here we will say axis is years. Goods, exports, goods, imports. Then we have to add years to the axis. Add years to the axis. See, imports and exports. So this is like a dashboard, right? We have created a dashboard where we can see the whole thing. Now you can publish it. Save. Then go analysis 1. Saving on save. No need. So let us see. See, it has created a Power BI saving.
Sir,
Yes, please.
sorry, if we want to add a trend line to the present graph, how to do that, sir? Trend line.
And that's what actually I was looking to add year on year line. So if we want to add a trend line, we have to check actually. 1 second. Modeling review view. Okay. No, in modeling, no, not modeling file. See here, there is something called analytics here. We want to add trend line to which one?
Sir, to the first graph, inflation one.
This one, right? So let us see analytics. See, there is this analytics, then you have this trend line. Add. It added a trend line. Analytics, you can see here, analytics next to the format, you can add trend line. Color or transparency, you can choose.
Yes, sir.
Got it? So in analytics thing, we have a lot of options. If you can see here, constant line, min line, max line, average line, okay, median line. So let us say for this reserves, I want to add a trend line, or let us say for this, let us add a trend line. See, it's an upward trend line. Only one trend line can be added. Or if we convert this into, let us say, a line graph, we can add more lines. See, trend line, and you can also add a average line, not average, median. We'll add a median line. This is the median. So median line is showing as color 50% transparency dashed. So let us say I want to change the color to orange. Orange is still low. Let us make it this color. And then instead of dashed, solid. Transparency also I'll increase it to no. Reduce the transparency to 0. So we can add an average line. This is your average line, right? So it's very interesting. So what I want to do is your project 4. I've already given you 3 projects, right? Participants?
Yes, sir.
Your project 4 will be on Power BI individually. So let me go, since we agreed on writing it, project 3 data sets. Then what is that file? Project file, where did I say? Hey, where is it? A Word document where I have given you a detailed explanation of the assessment. This one, huh?
Sorry, analysis. Yes, sir.
Yeah. No, this is different here. Where is that file name? Where we have assigned all the projects? COVID, economic data, economic indicators, India economics, session 1, session 2. Marketing assessments, analytics doc. Okay. So project 1 is this. Project 2 is your time series. Project 3 is the classification project, and we have given the groups. Now, project 4 is individual. All the countries you have already allotted, right? I have allotted the countries, right? How many countries I have allotted? Each person 2. Economic data
Yes, sir.
analysis using Power BI. Power BI. Okay. First, create line chart of inflation, percentage growth, and GDP percentage annual growth, right? Task B, create scorecards for average inflation and average GDP from 2000 till 2019. This also from 2000 to 2019. Okay. Task C. What we have done, GNI growth and GDP growth. Create line chart of GNI growth and GDP per capita percentage growth. Okay. Then we will do other visualizations. Okay. This is one. Now we will add a page. Page 2. Now we will try different visualizations. Okay. So let us say what variables we can do. Let us say what other visualizations can you use here? Just some of you, can you give me an advice? What visualizations we can do here using these variables? Exports of goods and services, percentage of GDP. Okay.
So we can use sir, map we can use now, sir. We have various countries.
But we you can do it for your own countries, na? But we are I don't have country names here.
Okay, sir. Okay.
In the data, I don't have country names, na? So let us say exports of goods and services, percentage annual, this. Okay, and then we need to imports also, right? So let us say imports, goods and services, percentage of GDP, annual growth percentage. This we will put it here. Then we will also get years to access. Now this is our trade scenario. This is our trade scenario. In the last, we'll reduce the size of the trade. See how it automatically does. Very interesting graph. And below, we will also create balance of payments graph. Your balance of, right, BOP. Balance, current account balance, percentage of GDP, current account balance, US dollar. So we will say percentage of GDP here. And then again, we will drag years to access. Years to access. See, current account balance and trade. This is all about trade analysis. So you can name, I think this page can be renamed page as these are all what? Inflation. These are micro indicators or macro indicators? Macro. These are macro indicators. Macro indicators. And then page 2 would be rename page trade indicators. Trade indicators. Okay. You can see here current account balance of GDP, export of goods and services, annual percentage GDP. So you can see the analysis how India's current account balance is negative. Because why India's current account balance is negative? Can anyone tell me why India's current account balance is negative? Yeah, participants, why Indian things are negative? Because our imports are greater than what? Our imports are greater than exports. Let us do a scatter plot of inflation. Let us do it for deflator, for the GDP deflator, inflation, scatter plot. Then we also need to give y-axis. Y-axis is what? Years. No, x-axis is years. Y-axis is this. No, not this. Okay, we'll remove this. We will remove this. We will add inflation consumer as y-axis. See, now you got a clear chart, right? Now, what do you understand from this chart? Is there a relationship? click on analytics, and we can click a trend line, add trend line, and then x-axis constant line, y-axis constant line, average line. We can also add average line, add. No, we don't want average line. See, in analytics, you can find the thing. We can add a trend line between inflation and all. There is a linear relationship, right? Between inflation and these things. Now, I want to change it. Is there a relationship between inflation? Is there a relationship between inflation, remove GDP deflator and get GDP? GDP growth annual percentage. I'll put it on x-axis. See, there is no relationship. Scatter plots. We can also do scatter plots for, let us say, savings percentage of GDP, savings percentage of GDP, and what else we can do? Okay, we have to put GDP as this thing. Is there a relationship between GDP per capita annual growth GDP per capita annual growth and where is savings, gross savings? Why it is not showing per capita? Both are percentages only, right? Is this a scatter plot? Yeah, this is a scatter plot. X-axis and y-axis.
Sir, keep years under details, sir. It will show.
Where?
Keep years under details.
Yes, thank you. Years in details. Yes. Thank you. Now you can add a trend line. Analytics, trend line, add. Right. So we can also see whether there is relationship between savings and GDP. There is a relationship, right? Then what else we can see? Changes in inventories, no. Current accounts we have already done. Exports, external balance, final consumption, per capita, annual growth percentage, financial, foreign direct investments, net inflows, net outflows. So you can do any other scatter plots. You can add one more scatter plot. I am leaving it to your choice. Okay.
Sir, if you want to add a comment, sir, where we can do that? comment.
Comment, one second. Comment part, I have to check actually. You can't add actually comments here. Let me check once. Before that, let us do the foreign direct investments, inflows and outflows. Okay. What graph should we use for checking inflows and outflows? Percentage of GDP. You'll go with the line chart?
Yes, sir.
Line chart. Foreign direct investment, net inflows, percentage of GDP. Then foreign direct investment, net outflows, percentage of GDP. Okay, I have added both and then search for years and bring years to axis. See here, inflows and outflows of FDIs in India. And you can also add any other thing in the bottom. What we have. Foreign direct net BOP okay, we will add net BOP here, so we will add a custom cluster chart net BOP and then we will add years to axis. So our balance of payments is negative. Our balance of payments is negative. This is your FDI related one. Okay, now you are getting it right. How do we then we can all publish it again, publish it, save, cancel. So where did it save? I think here only it saved. So now you got the feel of how to deal with Power BI, right? Just like Tableau, but Power BI is more powerful compared to Tableau. Alignments and all, which are there in paid Tableau version. In public version, you will not have those alignments and all. But in this case, even the free version provides a lot of advantages. Updated mobile layer, got it. Okay, so you submit me that PBIX files and then I will do it. Okay, I will upload this file anyway. Scatter plots, FDI. So basically I want to have 5 dashboards, 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5th dashboards. Okay, so what you will do is these are all in dashboard 1, right? This is dashboard 1. Okay, and scorecards, line charts is dashboard 1. Goods, exports, imports, total reserves. Goods, exports and imports. Total reserves. Okay, this is dashboard 1. Dashboard 2. Dashboard 2, you will do it for trade indicators. Trade indicators. Dashboard 3. Scatter plots. There must be 4 plots with trend line, compulsory. Okay, you understood, right, guys? Dashboard 4 is FDI. And dashboard 5. I think there are education indicators in our data, right? Guys, there are education indicators. Anything related to education? The adjusted savings. Create a dashboard for agriculture also. So agriculture percentage of GDP, agriculture, forestry, agriculture. Agreed? Agriculture. Create 3 graphs related to 2 or 3 graphs. I think 2 or 3. 2 or 3 graphs related to agriculture. On last dashboard 6. And you write your analysis also in Word document. Okay. You will also write the analysis in Word document. Communication, computer, etc. Percentage of current account, discrepancies, exports, final consumption, food and beverages, GDP, general government debt, final consumption expenditure, annual personal growth. This is actual percentage of GDP. So let us understand how the government is spending. Households, what is their households? Consumption expenditure, final consumption expenditure, households, okay. ICT service exports. So create a dashboard 6 for households. You decide 2 or 3 graphs. 2 or 3 graphs related to households. Okay. Now, one of you raised a very interesting question. Let us understand that first. Industry, inflation, manufacturing, net capital. Okay. I think this should be enough. If you are interested, you can add any more. Okay. All of you, if you are interested, you can add any more graphs also. No problem. Agreed? But I need good looking graphs and all. Your creativity is what I am looking. How to add comments to Power BI, dashboards and reports. Let us see. How to use the comments feature. Okay, so open a dashboard or report and select the comment icon. Okay, this opens the comments dialog box. So do you see any comment icon in our graphs? Drill through, skip filters. Here is the comment thing. Insert, New page, more visuals, Q&A. Here, see, comment is there, right? Where it is adding? Did it add anywhere? Add a text box to your report.
Sir, a separate tab is opening, sir, on that.
Where?
See, sir, it
Q&A.
opened there on the graph.
Where? I can't see. Q&A, na?
It is showing you blank. It is showing you blank on the graph, no, sir, at the starting.
Yeah, here. Okay, got it. This one, right? This you can have to move actually. See, this is I think text box, na? Not the graph. This is text box, I think.
Yes, sir, to add questions.
This is Q&A, na?
Yes,
So
sir.
you got it right. You can add it. You can adjust the graph and you can add a box here and you can write your analysis here only. Right? So you can add a box here only. Somewhere you reduce the graphs. Let us say these graphs are.
Sir, instead of Q&A, there is a text box, sir. We can insert
Text
that
box.
here.
Text box would be better. That's what I am also thinking. Okay. Add a text box to your report. See here, it is adding a text box. So slightly reduce the graph sizes and then you put the text box and you can write your notes here only. Got it, all of you? So you can say imports greater than exports. I think you can increase the font size. So let us make it from Sequoia to Arial black and make it 12 or Arial black, make it 14. Okay. Calibri 14. Imports greater than exports. Current account balance negative. Okay, so you can add a text box and you can write your notes in this and you can submit to me. Okay. Modeling, what are there? New table, new column, new parameter, view, no. Performance analyzer. Okay, this is internal performance analyzer. Okay, mobile layout, page view. Okay, so insert, you can insert images, file, export contents to a new file. Okay. So guys, you got the feel and understanding? You can be creative. The more creative you can be, you can use colors, your choice, experiment. The agenda is learning. If you have any doubts, please call me. Okay. For the same
Okay, sir.
country you are doing, right? You can add, you can give as many dashboards you like. It's drag and drop, na? Write 2 to 3 lines about that thing. That's all. And create a good dashboard. The more interesting and unique you create, you will get good marks. All right.
For any one country, it's enough. So, for any one country, it's enough.
One country is enough. One country is enough.
Okay.
Okay. But with the comments and all, you have to write your understanding, inference, everything. Okay. Any doubts you have, gentlemen, ladies? So intimate the friends also, right? You will intimate your friends regarding that things which I have added.
Yes, sir.
And I'm uploading the PBX file, which is your Power BI file, into your class notebook. If you want to interact, you can check it. And you have any doubts, you can call me. All right. But a very detailed documentation is there on Microsoft side. You know, if you have understanding of Tableau, you can usually maneuver through this. Okay. So with this, with 4 projects, I will not conduct an end-term exam. Okay. I will put everything consolidated marks. I will send it to your college. All right.
Okay, sir.
Somebody put a activity comment. I have uploaded the instructions, na? I have typed there only. Just check, guys. In the files only, it's there, right? Class materials. Marketing analytics assessment document. Project 1, project 3, and project 4. Okay. Project 4 is here. Hemabindu, got it? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Yeah. Got it, right. So it's there. Everything is there. Just follow the instructions and start submitting. I have not seen any marketing analytics assessments. Please don't keep it till end. Okay. Well, what is this I do? Stop recording.